A crime-fighting woman took matters into her own hands, stealing her own bicycle back in an audacious sting operation from a man selling it on Facebook just hours after it was stolen from her. After meeting the seller, Bristol woman Jenny Morton Humphreys pretended to take the bicycle for a test ride, before pedaling away as fast as she could. Her revenge was planned after arranging to meet a man selling her bike on a street corner the morning after it was nicked in the centre of Bristol, the Bristol Post reports. She was warned by police not to undertake the operation but pressed ahead anyway after officers declined to accompany her on the sting, or arrest him and retrieve the bike themselves. The 30-year-old was worried her bike would be sold to someone else, so said she had to act fast to get it back. The saga began when Jenny locked her bike up behind the watershed in the city centre, and went for brunch at the mud dock nearby on Sunday morning, followed by a day out in town. She returned later to find it had been stolen and reported it to the police. She also put a picture of the bike on the Bristol Cycling Facebook page, and appealed for anyone who saw it to get in touch. Fueled by a sense of justice, one Facebook user scouted around the internet and discovered that within a couple of hours, Jenny's bike was indeed being brazenly advertised for sale on one of Facebook's for sale pages. He contacted Jenny and, despite being complete strangers, they together hatched an elaborate plan to get her expensive Q-brand German bike back. The man contacted the seller of the stolen bike and said his sister wanted a bike. He arranged for his sister, who was actually Jenny, to go and meet the seller. The seller eventually fixed a date and a place 9 a.m. on a street corner in Easton on the Monday morning and said it would actually be his friend who would be there with the bike. Jenny called the police back with the information, in the hope that they would then step in. But while they were interested in investigating further, they said they would not be joining Jenny at the sting and discouraged her from stepping into a potentially dangerous situation. She decided to go anyway and made an elaborate plan. She said, "I pretended to be interested and asked silly questions about the bike. I said the saddle was too high, and asked if I could get on it to test it out. I made sure I had nothing on me, no possessions at all apart from the stuff in my hands, and they were a cigarette packet and a set of keys. I handed them to this guy as I got on the bike and said, 'Here, hold my stuff.' That meant he let go of the bike for the first time. I wobbled off a bit on the bike, and then when I was a couple of yards away I just went for it," she added. "I pedaled as fast as I could. I didn't look back to see if they were chasing me. My main thought was that I was worried because I didn't really know where I was going, or the area at all, and I was worried that I might have to go back that way or end up going round in a circle. But it was fine because quite soon, I hit a big roundabout and was able to find a different way back to the city centre, so I wasn't scared at that point." There was one final nice surprise for Jenny when she got home with her bike at the end of her adventure. They had spruced the bike up a bit overnight. They'd even fixed the front light, she said. The police had one of the guy's numbers, but said they couldn't do anything because he'd basically said he'd bought it the night before in a pub, so no one was actually brought to justice over it. "I'm just glad I got it back," she added.